You've come from having been involved in many types of media and helping people plan out media plans with all the 10 traditional media types. Obviously in 2009 and in 2010, some of those channels, media channels, will feel the current sort of frugality of the media plans and the sort of reevaluation of media plans with metrics, whether they're branding or direct response metrics. They'll feel that more heavily. Which of the media types do you think is going to get hit most heavily by this sort of move towards accountability and frugality and being able to reconcile media?
Yeah, I think there's no question that that the print media will be hit most significantly, continue to be hit most significantly. The newspaper industry is, for many, many reasons, really the poster child for sadness in media. Magazines, first of all, there are just too damn many of them, and that's a big part of their problem. Very different from newspapers' problem. Both of them will continue to get hit. A reinvention of their business models, both of them, is required. First of all, we need a culling of magazines, and then a reinvention of their models, redesign of the cost structure, rethinking on the part of their publishers. I think we need all media companies to think differently about how they define themselves. They define themselves by their distribution channels now. I'm a magazine publisher, I'm a newspaper publisher. They're content providers. So there's a lot that needs to be done, but print will decidedly suffer more than any other medium.
Do you think some of the titles that we recognize from the magazine world or some of the newspaper titles will successfully transition to, I guess you'd call it, the internet and Kindle type distribution model on a pay-per-view basis or a subscription basis? Obviously the Wall Street Journal is sort of the poster child success story about paid content online. Do you think others will actually be able to emulate that, or will there be some other way that they can make the transition, or are they really doomed?
They're not doomed overall. There are other models. There will be transition, but it will not be without an enormous amount of pain. It's late, and a lot of this could have, should have been addressed before. It should not be that surprising. Not everybody will make it through, but we have an issue. 15 years ago, this train left the station, and we never asked the consumer for a dime. And we have the classic Jeff Zucker. We have analog dollars over here and digital pennies, moving to nickels, moving to dimes. But dime is not the same as a dollar. And we have trained the consumer not to pay. And the plethora of choice in the digital world for this content is stunning. And there is not a lot of unique content that the consumer is willing to pay for. So that's a long road to go down to figure out, well, what is that model for paid content? So the Journal started there, if you remember, and they have been able to retain it. So we're 15 years down this road. So can it be done? Yes. I have to be an optimist, but it's going to be a long road and a very, very tough road. So, yeah.
We'll see. It's a similar challenge, I think, probably to what the Yellow Pages face, but they face it on the flip side, because it's not the consumer's unwillingness to pay. It's, can you transition billions of dollars from display ads in a
That's
book
right.
to online, and they've been having a challenge with that, and that train left the station a long time
That's
ago
right.
too.
Exactly.
Great. Well, thanks so much for your insights.
My pleasure.